An Oakland County, Macomb County crossover matchup here to end non-conference play. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brad Fetters, joined by Adam Abraham. As we get set to call the action tonight, a matchup between the Dakota Cougars and the West Bloomfield Lakers. And Adam, we start out coverage tonight with the West Bloomfield Lakers. They're a team that's led by a fabulous freshman.
Ryan Hurst is a fabulous guard. They just brought him on board, averaging nearly 20 points a game. He's a dynamic guard, and he's going to be matched up against the guard from Dakota, Joshua Hines. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch. They're going to be scoring a lot of points out there.
Dakota, the story for them thus far with a 3-2 record's really been their strength of their schedule. They've had an absolutely brutal stretch of basketball here, and this is the last non-conference game before they start MAC Red play.
Yeah, they took a difficult loss against Flint Powers Catholic. Ryan Rollins, their all-star, averaging in the 20s for points. He was in foul trouble most of that game. That's a game Dakota felt like they were very competitive in, but they just lost. And if they wouldn't have lost that piece in Ryan Rollins, Coach Toko felt like they maybe could have pulled that one out, but coming into conference play, having that tough non-conference schedule is so important because it gets your guys gearing up, ready to go. You already played the real tough teams. Let's come back home and play some games.
We anticipate quite the track meet here tonight. It should be a high-scoring contest, and we can't wait to bring it to you right here in Macomb Township Government Access. Starting lineups and opening tip coming up next. Stay tuned.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to Dakota High School. Brad Fetters alongside Adam, the locksmith, Abraham. Let's quickly meet tonight's starters. First for West Bloomfield. Number 1, Ryan Hurst. Number 10, Kipris Blaise Vicious. Number 15, Mitchell Say. Number 23, Jonathan Amore. And number 24, Samar Matthews. And for the home team, the Dakota Cougars, under the guidance of head coach Paul Toko. Number 2, Sean Swisinger. Number 3, senior Joey Toko. Number 5, Ryan Rollins. Number 10, Xavier Glenn. And number 12, Tamias Williams. Dakota in those home whites. West Bloomfield in black jerseys with white and green trim.
Do have to make a correction off the top. Joshua Hines out for this game with an injury. He will not be starting. He will not be playing. In for him is Sean Swessinger. So we won't be able to see Hurst and Hines go at it today. Or maybe save it for a future matchup.
Yeah, at the very top of tonight's broadcast, you mentioned the guard play of Josh Hines, and he's going to be working through a little bit of an injury here, and so they are without his terrific play here tonight. He's in street clothes, so unable to give it a go. West Bloomfield wins the tip. They'll have the very first possession of this ball game. It'll be Ryan Hurst, the Mr. Do-Everything player for the Lakers. He's a talented one. Comes in just under 20 points per game, 19.75. Toko switches off there, so
1-3-1 zone coming out for the Cougars. Toko loves to run that defense.
First shot for Hurst is an air ball. Ryan Rollins comes down with the defensive rebound. Out in transition, pulls up right at the free throw line. Gets it right back, goes over to Toko. Toko hoists, unable to connect. Amore comes down with the rebound, bodies up Toko. Matthews, 3 on the way, good.
That's the tough thing about a 1-3-1 defense is you kind of open up those wings. You're hoping for the traps, but when you're able to get a switch like that and cross the guys in the middle, opens up a wide open 3 for Matthews and buried it.
Dakota comes in with a 3-2 record. West Bloomfield 3-1. Rollins pulls up, floats one up, hits, will shoot one for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Ryan Rollins, a next-level player, taking his talents down to Toledo to play for the Rockets in the Mid-American Conference, so going from MAC to MAC, but that's a tough play right there. Some weak contact, but that's nothing Ryan Rollins can't finish through. Made it look easy, looking for 3 the old-fashioned way.
Rollins averaging 23.4 points per game, unable to connect on the free throw. Dakota coming off a tough 70-62 loss to Flint Powers Catholic. Rollins scored 19 in a losing effort. Three on the way, right in front of Coach Toko. Ring it up. Matthews, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
And that's a tough shot to defend. He's 3-4 feet out from the arc. That's something you're going to run out aggressively when you're set up that deep. But clearly Matthews has the range of an NBA player, shooting that one from the parking lot with ease.
Rollins drives to his left, hangs, unable to hit. Following up the miss, but Xavier Glenn has the shot altered. Here comes West Bloomfield, a little 4-on-2, changing direction, laying it in, Mitchell Say.
And this Dakota offense is going to have to develop and work through the difficulty of not having Joshua Hines as that second threat, that second scorer. He's been that second go-to guy. They got to find that second guy. Not a whole lot of rhythm offensively right now.
Rollins hoists up a 3. He hits. So the offense clearly going through Rollins through the early going here as Matthews and Rollins trade threes. West Bloomfield still out in front, 8-5, 5:25 remaining first quarter of play.
And that's a good shot. That's confidence in Coach Toko has in Ryan Rollins. That's a set play. Ran for Ryan Rollins to hit that on the 3, the spot up. Nice shot.
Hurst spins, can't connect. Toko up ahead to Rollins. Rollins in transition, too easy. Rollins all 7 of the Cougar points. Matthews swinging it around the perimeter into the corner for Hurst. Hurst drives baseline, reach-in foul called against Williams. First team foul called against the Cougars.
You can see what West Bloomfield is trying to do. They're working that ball around the perimeter. In the second, Hurst saw a gap. He attacked the baseline strong. They're working that outside in game.
Another 3 on the way. West Bloomfield shooting the lights out here. Jonathan Amore. 3 triples knocked down by the Lakers here in the early goings. Toko, he floats one up, can't get it to go. Blazvikas comes down with the rebound. Up ahead to Hurst. Hurst puts on the brakes. Finds Mitchell. Say his 3 goes down.
Lights out here early for West Bloomfield. Coach Toko might have to switch something up. This 1-3-1, they found the holes on these wings immediately off the start of this game like they knew it was coming, and they are answering.
Rollins looking for an answer, short, off the iron. Here comes the Lakers now in transition. Up ahead to Matthews. Hurst drives, gets cut off. You're looking to go inside now for the first time in the Lakers. No call there on Amore as he had his shot altered. So 4 triples by this Laker team through 4 minutes of play. Amore drives to his left, gets cut off, dumps it off into the corner. Euro step move. Up top now for Hurst. Hurst splits a couple defenders. All Lakers here in the early goings.
Hurst doesn't look like a freshman out there. Very strong, very quick. A little bit of not quite all there on the basketball IQ, but he'll find his way around the court. Definitely has that raw talent and can help his team.
Rollins pulls up. A little bunny. Can't get it to go. Tough luck miss there. The ball rattled around and came down. West Bloomfield basketball 16-7, their lead. 3:18 left to go in the opening frame.
And I get it. Your second scorer's out, Joshua Hines. You're going to try to work that ball through Ryan Rollins, but some of these possessions, you got to work more of a set. Try to get some backdoor cuts. Dakota has been very good thus far this season in that half-court set, but right now they're just working through Ryan Rollins. Everything's a shot for Rollins.
Amore again. Can't come up with it. Cleaning up the glass. Credit West Bloomfield right now. They're getting some second and third chance opportunities. Rollins lost control of the dribble. Found his teammate Toko, dribbled the basketball off the leg of Amore and out of bounds. So possession will stay with the Cougars. And senior Joey Toko taking the roster spot of his brother. Mark Toko over at Albion, playing not only basketball but football for Albion.
What a miscommunication, that time from Schlesinger and Toko. Just a little off cue.
Matthews turns down the screen, drives inside, cut off. Nice job defensively. Sophomore Tomias Williams went up with two hands, blocked that pass out of bounds.
And
So
great job
stay
by
with the Lakers.
Great job by Williams to step into that passing lane and deflect it.
Oh, good ball fake that time to get Williams up in the air, but the charge and call goes against the Lakers. Schlesinger able to step in and take that charge.
That's going to be a quick second foul on Amore. He drew that double team as he approached the block, and he had Matthews wide open as he drew that double team off of Glenn on the bottom. That double team came. Matthews was wide open underneath, but said he's going to the bench with the second foul.
Jordan Hauser McMiller checking into the game now. Wears 5 in black. Toko's 3 on the way. Good. Splash. So teams trading triples as there's an individual effort by Hurst. Fouls up his miss with a make. And one.
Great strong move underneath by the freshman. Just able to clear everyone out of his way when he comes down with that rebound. Create just enough of that little space to put that up and in. Got whacked on the arm.
Antonio Cordova checking into the game now for Tomias Williams. Senior in for the sophomore. Hurst off the back iron. Toko comes down with it, looking to sprint out. And we'll defer instead to Rollins. Pull up 3 off the back heel and down. Shooter's touch that time for Ryan Rollins.
Head coach Jeremy Denna of West Bloomfield just stood there and he put his arms out. He said, "What? Why are you leaving him that wide open? That's someone you got to have your eyes on."
Shamar Matthews. So we thought this was going to be an entertaining game of basketball, a track meet. I called it at the very top of the broadcast. Two very high-powered offenses colliding here tonight in Macomb Township. Telegraph pass, a steal. Travis Reese goes up, thought about the jam, and instead it'll be Ryan Hurst.
How about the hustle there by Ryan Hurst to get down the court, follow your shot, and you follow your teammate's shot. That's basic fundamental basketball that you don't see every day, unfortunately, but right there it got his team 2 points just by being there.
Well, we've seen quite a few high-scoring shootouts in this gymnasium. We've seen some good UAD Jesuit schools come in. We've seen some good New Haven teams come in here to take on these Cougars, but 22 points already for this West Bloomfield squad. They're hunting for that 90 number. Dare I say, triple digits.
No, with the way they're shooting the 3, they don't look like they're going to cool down, and it even looks like this game might get more aggressive. Like both of them are just kind of coasting right now, trying to get a read off of each other.
There's the talented freshman, Ryan Hurst. So they're going to wave off the bucket. They're going to say a goaltending call. Travis Reese, I don't think Reese touched it.
Reese definitely got that basketball up underneath that cylinder. You got to let that ball come down. There's no reason to be anywhere near that basketball. I get you're fouling the shot, but clear your arms out. That's it. That's a tough mistake.
And Coach Denna for West Bloomfield pleading his case. He can't believe it. The two referees did come together to discuss it. Feeding the entry into the post now. Xavier Glenn going to have to get him going. He's been relatively quiet here.
And Xavier Glenn's usually someone who comes out pretty electric.
Oh, what a play by Matthews. He's got a quick 10 points here in this first quarter of play as he has answered Ryan Rollins' 10 spot. An 11-point advantage now for West Bloomfield, 24-13. Rollins, hoist, can't hit. Rebound ripped down by West Bloomfield, and they have come in on the road and have silenced this Cougar faithful as they lead after one quarter of play, 24-13. We'll take a quick break, but when we come back, the second quarter of play.
Hi, I'm Jordan Peele. I'm usually trying way too hard to be funny. Well, right now I'm going to be completely serious with you. Online bullying is a toxic side effect of modern technology. No one's immune to it. Not you, not me, nobody. But there's a way we can fix it. This emoji in the symbol section of your phone's emoji keyboard. Use it when you see bullying online to say, I see what you're doing, not cool, definitely not funny. And I know what funny is. I coined the phrase wordness to the turdness. So join me and become a witness. When you see bullying online, use this emoji to do something. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org.
A hot shooting start as West Bloomfield out in front, 24-13. Three West Bloomfield players have all scored over 5 points. Shamar Matthews leading the way with 10. And for Dakota right now, it's just been Ryan Rollins with 10 and Joey Toko with 3. So the Cougars in desperate need of some secondary scoring.
Absolutely, and we'll see who emerges in the second quarter and even into the second half for this Cougars team. They got quite a few weapons. Xavier Glenn can work down in the post. Toko's been known to hit a few threes. Schweschinger's got a shot. So they got a couple different ways they can go.
If you're just tuning in, Dakota without the service of junior guard Josh Hines out with a lower body injury. Rollins goes up strong, gets fouled, will shoot 2.
And it's not going to go down in the stat category there, but Xavier Glenn went to work on that glass off that miss by Toko. Fighting down in the boards. Didn't get the rebound, but was able to deflect it to Rollins, possibly earning his team 2 points. Well, those are the kind of hustle plays. They don't come up in the stat box, but those are the things coaches appreciate and what really, truly makes you a great player.
This West Bloomfield team going to play out of the OAA Red, equivalent of the MAC Red in Oakland County. Rollins able to knock down both. He's got a game high 12 points, 24-15 the advantage for West Bloomfield.
This will be a little bit more fun. Looks like Coach Toko has switched his guys into a 1-2-2 half-court trap. A little bit different than the 1-3-1. They're going to try to trap as opposed on the wings where you're trying to get them down to the corner. You're trapping more at half court and into the full court.
And foul called right at the half-court line. West Bloomfield has subbed in quite a few different players here. Jordan Hauser, McMiller, Richard Weaver, Jake Landsaw, Samaj Morgan, and Jalen Adams, the 5 on the floor for West Bloomfield. So whole second unit on the floor to start this quarter for West Bloomfield. And another takeaway for the Lakers. Hauser McMiller goes up, floats one up, can't get it to fall, but will shoot two.
Talking about that wholesale change at the quarter for West Bloomfield. That's likely a response from Coach Toko coming out in that 1-2-2 full court trap. As you come and double that initial guy, try to throw him up. Don't let the second unit get into a rhythm.
Hauser McMiller unable to connect on the first. Tobias Williams back into the game. Going to take the spot of Xavier Glenn, so Glenn will take a seat. Hauser McMiller unable to connect on either free throw. Up ahead, Cordova, baseline, over Schlesinger, corner three, no good. Tracks down his own rebound. Goes high up over the head with the basketball to Rollins, ball fake, jab step. Well, now yo-yo the basketball between the circles. Drives in, scoops, can't get it to go, but will shoot two.
Ryan Rollins just going square into the teeth of this West Bloomfield defense, running, split two guys and then ran in at another two.
Kind of get the sense that Ryan Rollins is a man on a mission here tonight. And he knows he's going to be relied upon quite a bit here to supply the offense. That 1-2 punch of Hines and Rollins is just Rollins here tonight.
And certainly you get that sense. Ryan Rollins, a senior on his way out of Dakota. He wants to really show why he's the best player in the conference. Tonight's a chance to do it.
Yeah, show off in this crossover game between one of Oakland County's best and Macomb County's best. Another three. West Bloomfield stepped off the bus and started knocking down threes. That was Jake Landsaw. Schlesinger looking for the answer. He comes up empty. Tie up, jump ball, possession arrow favors the Lakers.
And these threes on the opposite side for Dakota, they're just that close. They're all just rimming in and out, in and out. They've had 3 or 4 of them, 2 from Schlesinger, a couple from Toko. Eventually, you got to imagine those shots are going to start falling.
Jake Landsaw, who just knocked down that triple for West Bloomfield, brings up the basketball. Rashard Weaver drives, kicks one out. Another three, in and out. Rollins comes down with a rebound.
Would a broadcaster jinx that time?
That was halfway down. Toko, no good. Rims out. Jalen Adams now being harassed by Cordova up ahead. Lakers. And they're just throwing everything up right now. Schlesinger out in front. Scoops, can't get it to fall. Samaj Morgan rips down the defensive rebound. And green light right now for everybody on the floor that wears black, and a nice drive inside. Hauser McMiller. Rollins. And he's just trying to do everything right now. A foul from behind as the Lakers will bring 4 fresh bodies back into this game.
Great job by the second unit of West Bloomfield. Not only keeping their team in the game, but even opening up that lead a little bit more.
Second personal foul on Tobias Williams, so he'll have to take a seat. Trace Malloy, first time we've called his name tonight. He's got 2 different colored shoes on. I don't know if he got dressed in the dark or what, but his right shoe's blue, his left shoe's green. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. His jersey's untucked. And Rollins came up a little gimpy on that last layup attempt. He's not feeling 100% right now.
No, he coasted barely back to the 8-foot line on his side of the volleyball court. Not even getting to the defensive side of the ball, and that worries you.
And that's quickly turning into a little bit of a disaster here if you're a Cougar fan, as West Bloomfield has gotten every look they've wanted offensively. Rollins, three, no good. He takes the spill. Crowd wanted a foul call. Tracking that loose ball down was Mitchell Say, but he couldn't keep it in play. They'll say he stepped on the baseline. So with 4:25 left to go in the first half of play, West Bloomfield remains out in front, 31-17. They have come in on the road and really have surprised this Cougar team.
Absolutely, and it's, as you said, they came off the bus shooting threes, and they've hit just everything. Not only that, they're playing a good defensive game.
Rollins' shot attempt comes up short, and he really looks hobbled. He is not at 100% right now, and Shamar Matthews gets that one to go.
Yeah, you're looking at Ryan Rollins, the energy, the enthusiasm. He came out here to start this game with, just being so aggressive, attacking the basket, pretty much trying to do everything himself that first half of the first quarter. And I'm not sure if it's so much injury as just being gassed from that load, and just any time for a quick breather. No, we are still talking about high school athletes here. Not everyone can play the full length of that game at that intensity. And I think Coach Toko realized that, and I think he earned himself a full timeout. Give him a minute break, back to the court.
So Ryan Rollins with 14 of the Cougars' 17 points. Joey Toko knocking down that 1 3-pointer. That's been the only offense here tonight for Dakota. And West Bloomfield's got scoring from 6 different players. Shamar Matthews right now leads the Lakers with 12 points. So after the timeout, West Bloomfield comes out with a little bit of a full court look. Don't really apply too much pressure. Cordova walks it over to the timeline and immediately gets double teamed. Toko into the corner for Schlesinger. Corner pocket three, no good. West Bloomfield, Matthews behind the back, splits a couple defenders and one.
Matthews just lightning quick, getting to the basket, just quick left, quick right, you blink your eye, and he's not at the three-point line anymore. He's in the hole, putting home for 2 and 1.
So we talked about the Dakota 1-2 punch. West Bloomfield has a pretty good one, and Ryan Hurst and Samar Matthews. We talked about Hurst at the very top of this broadcast as the freshman that was doing everything for West Bloomfield, but Shamar Matthews has been electric here tonight. West Bloomfield has doubled up the Cougars now, 35-17. An unbelievable start to this first half for West Bloomfield. Toko to Rollins, turns down the three, pulls up. We'll fire one inside Xavier Glenn. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot. Doesn't matter. Tobias Williams was able to cash in.
I think that was a pass, but that's a good one.
I'm going to say and one. Nope, they're going to say the foul is on the floor. So it'll be a 1-and-1 now for Ryan Hurst. That was the 8th team foul on Dakota, so bonus basketball for both teams the rest of the way. Hurst makes good on the first, so earns the second. So split at the line for Hurst. Offensive rebound by Blaze Vicious. He dribbled the basketball off his foot. 30-second timeout now called by West Bloomfield. 36-19, 17-point advantage for the Lakers.
You're getting to the point where a 17-point advantage at this point is pretty daunting, especially with the just lack of offensive weapons for the Cougars between Ryan Rollins and Joey Toko. That's about it. You're not really fighting with too much over there. And again, you can't mention it enough. You're missing Joshua Hines right now, especially with that Matthews-Hurst matchup. You got Ryan Rollins and Josh Hines on the other side playing 2-on-1 with some great players.
It's a West Bloomfield team that comes in with a record of 3-1. They opened up the season with an 88-66 victory over Southfield Christian. So that should have been our first indication that this was a Laker team that was going to fill up the scoreboard. 88 points in a high school basketball game. That's crazy numbers, but
that's a very good Southfield Christian basketball team.
So here comes the Cougars now looking to cut into this 15-point lead. Ryan Rollins, Xavier Glenn gets the tap back. He can't connect. That's a dangerous spot down there for Rollins as he's been unable to get up off the floor, and Glenn finally able to knock one home.
No kidding with Ryan Rollins right there, just kind of putting his hands up. Please just don't step on my ankle. Don't step on me. Trying to get out of the way, but nowhere to go.
And a carry called against Shamar Matthews. So turnover there for the Lakers. Cougars with 4 straight points, trying to work themselves back into this game. Late substitution for West Bloomfield. Jordan Hauser, McMiller.
It's going to be a team victory if Dakota's going to fight back into this. You got to work at a team. Ryan Rollins cannot do this by himself. It's got to be a 5-man entire team game. That's something they're not used to, is they got kind of the 2 and then the role players, but they're going to have to do it if they want to win this ball game.
Schweisinger can't get the floater to fall. Nice play by Joey Toko to knock that loose ball back to Xavier Glenn.
You're clearly not going to outshoot West Bloomfield, so you need to out-hustle them. Just like there, Joey Toko fighting on that baseline, 1 extra possession, 2 extra points.
So now all of a sudden, the gymnasium picking up the intensity. Outlet pass. Toko was looking for Xavier Glenn. Incomplete. Out of bounds. Possession over to West Bloomfield.
And you felt that momentum before that pass went out of bounds. The crowd started to get to their feet. And now there's another key. You're going to have to ride the energy. This is your home gym. You need your fans to back you up on this game.
And these two teams did play one another last season. An up and under play, no good. Battle for that loose ball, controlled by the Lakers. Another 3, no good as it misses wide. Another loose ball, finally ripped clean by Tomias Williams. We mentioned that matchup a season ago was a 61-59 victory for Dakota in the Skipper Classic at St. Clair Community College. Now big 3 by Sean Schweisinger.
And that's another hustle play there by Xavier Glenn that's not going to end up in the stat box. Battling down low, getting that tip out to Schweisinger for the wide open 3.
9-0 run for the Cougars. Matthews defers, plays Vickus. Long range 2, no good, misses its mark. Rollins looks up, has plenty of time, 26 seconds, goes up strong with the left hand.
Cougars really feeling that energy now. You see them clapping on defense, building that energy back up. You make it work on the defensive end and turn it into points on the offensive end. You're not going to beat them in the half-court sets. Play strong defense and turn it into transition points.
18 first half points for Ryan Rollins. Matthews unable to beat the buzzer, and that will do it for the first half of play. What an answer by the Dakota Cougars in the second half of the second quarter. They laid it on the line, a 13-0 run as West Bloomfield now clings to a 6-point lead, 36-30. Adams, your thought on the first half of play?
What an answer defensively for the Cougars. Where that switch happened, it happened on the defensive end. Then they started to push the envelope in transition. More importantly, Dakota, you want to be on the good side of going into halftime. It's going to be an exciting second half.
We'll take a quick break, catch your breath, but when we come back, the second half of play from Dakota High School.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Macomb County, 27 cities, townships, and villages. From East Point to Memphis, Romeo to New Baltimore. 458 square miles of where you want to be. It's a place where your children can grow, and so can your business. Macomb County's tree-lined borders contain over 12,000 acres of parkland. Its outer edge, 31 miles of freshwater shoreline, both filled each year with countless concerts, festivals, and family reunions. It's the birthplace of advanced technologies that not only instruct future generations, but protect them. Hey, and those are just facts. You can get that from the internet or a book. No. To truly understand what Macomb County is all about, you need to experience it. You need to live here. You need to work here. When you do that, you'll know you're home.
Welcome back to Dakota High School. Cougars ready to start the third quarter play with the first possession and trailing this ball game 36-30. But what an answer there at the end of the second quarter. Nice little run to get themselves right back into this game.
Yeah, a little double-digit 13-0 run, but I'm really excited to see who answers the bell coming out of here at second half. Who's going to make the adjustments?
Toko with the basketball, drives the lane. Oh, what a dump off and a slam. Xavier Glenn.
And that's a worst-case scenario right there for West Bloomfield because you want to keep this crowd out of it. They're here. These stands are relatively full. There's a lot of students over there. They're going to make some noise like the Dakota bench right now.
The little no-look dump-off pass by Joey Toko. The dime to Xavier Glenn. With a big dunk, and now blocked by Joey Toko. Up ahead to Glenn. Glenn puts on the brakes. He gets it to go. 4 quick ones for the senior Glenn.
Came to a skidding halt and had to readjust midair to get that ball off. It was hard. That was not a soft finger roll by any means, but he got it to go.
Been all Cougars as of late. No drop-off after the halftime break. And now a swat by Tamias Williams. Up ahead, Rollins adjusts. Was looking to dunk that ball, perhaps. And now he's got to get it out. Avoids a 3-second call. Toko being harassed there by Ryan Hurst. Toko floats one off the back iron. And now Toko collides. That's an easy call.
Neat little flip there that time by Joey Toko, kind of rolling across his body. Just a little flip off the little hip shot. Pretty move by Joey Toko as he's going to take a seat.
Replaced once again by Antonio Cordova. Ryan Hurst, 7 points in that first half, 6 of them in the first quarter. And this was West Bloomfield that came out firing. They were able to knock down all their open three-point looks. Haven't been able to cash in here as of late. And one, Ryan Rollins, look out. Tie ball game, 36-36.
Great move that time by Ryan Rollins. Again, able to finish through the contact, be strong. Got hit quite a bit harder than earlier on when he had that other and one early on in the game.
Rollins with 20 points in this basketball game. His season high is 30 in the win over Romeo. He's got 21 now. And the Cougars have a lead for the first time in a long time. 37-36, 6:08 remaining. Third quarter of play.
Talk about a lead disintegrating from West Bloomfield. It starts at the defensive end.
Offensive foul. I say Ryan Hurst was out of control.
That's a freshman letting a little bit too much emotion into the game. Clearly frustrated on the play, but just coming in a little too aggressive.
So now all of a sudden you got a 7-0 run here to start the third quarter of play out of the Cougars. Crowd's engaged. Rollins cut off. Nice job defensively by the Lakers. Up top to Schweisinger. A little bunny gets it to go. They're going to wave it off. And they're going to say a charge. Crowd disagrees. Highly partisan crowd, however.
I agree with that call. Matthews was set down on the block and just came in really aggressive. But when those feet are set, you got to dodge that man regardless of where they're at. There's no circle in the high school basketball.
They're going to look to get Reese going as Glenn picks up the foul. Travis Reese, a member of a very good West Bloomfield football team. They're going to get Schweisinger with the call instead. That's his second. Travis Reese missing the mark. Ball bounced off the foot of Tamias Williams. Nice heads-up play by Shamar Matthews.
Yeah, that was intentional. Matthews just got pinned into that corner. Wasn't going to go anywhere with that basketball except off of Williams.
Hurst. Gonna wave that one off. They'll say the foul occurred on the floor prior to the shot. So West Bloomfield will toss this one in from the baseline.
That is a quick 4-team fouls for Dakota to start off this. We're less than 3 minutes into the second half, and they're already halfway on their way to the bonus. That spells trouble.
Travis Reese. Ryan Hurst once again, unkind roll. Ball seemingly hanging on the back iron for a long time.
Dakota coaching staff asking for a travel violation on Hurst that time. Looks like he may have slid his foot a little bit, but not enough to get the call.
Hurst receives the inbound pass. Bounce pass to Travis Reese. Reese picks up the dribble. Will defer. Matthews has it now. Pull up 15-footer is good.
Great ball fake by Matthews, able to step into that elbow and just knock it down. Great jump shooter by Matthews to match his speed. Fantastic player, a great second tool for this West Bloomfield offense, but he's being the number one guy today.
Rollins fires that pass out of the outstretched reach of Sean Schweisinger, out of bounds. Possession back now to West Bloomfield, who has regained the advantage, 38-37, 4:37 left, third period of play. Matthews just slowing things down now, directing traffic. Since Travis Reese along the baseline, Matthews going to defer, take it himself, drive, scoop and score. He has been the do-everything player tonight for Jeremy Denha on the West Bloomfield Lakers. 18 points for Matthews. Cordova, entry pass inside to Xavier Glenn. They'll wave off the shot. They'll say the foul occurred on the floor. A little push there by Travis Reese. That's Reese's third personal foul. Cordova's three, no good. Long rebound, controlled by Williams. Schweisinger eyes it off the back heel. Cordova, Schweisinger over to Williams. Flat-footed deuce, no good. And it's Williams who gets back defensively. Matthews was looking for Travis Reese. A little bit of a cutter there.
If the first half was any indication, you keep working for the second, third, fourth looks like Dakota got on that last possession, they're going to fall. They're going to start falling here and there. So you keep at it, keep fighting hard. That's what you got you back into this game. Stick with it.
Glenn has to finish a little bit better at the rim. Jalen Adams goes up strong, and an offensive foul. He can't believe it. Coach Denha can't believe it.
I thought that was a pretty easy call. You're out of control, attacking the lane, the player's set. You're going to get called the charge 11 times out of 10 on that one.
Some fuzzy math, but I agree. Rollins with the crossover dribble, now picks it up. Feeds Xavier Glenn. He's going to eye the two. He can't get it to fall. That's probably not the look the Cougars really want there out of Xavier Glenn.
And that's not really a look he's used to, not something he does pulling up like that.
Adams, circus shot, has the shot rejected, and then a foul from behind. Blaise Vickus will shoot two. Third personal on Xavier Glenn. Joey Toko getting ready to check back in for the Cougars. So Dakota gonna go with a small lineup now. Swisinger, Rollins, Williams, Toko, and Cordova, the five, on the floor for Dakota. Blaise Vicious able to knock down both. 42-37, Rollins, the up and under, followed up by Tamias Williams.
Tamias Williams earned himself that basket, fighting hard down on the boards.
Hurst just earned himself a foul call there, jerked the head back. Swisinger's fourth personal foul, sixth team foul now on Dakota. So you talked about it earlier in this quarter, that foul trouble was going to give the Cougars fits, and a late sub went to the scorer's bench, and they weren't able to get Swisinger out. So Swisinger with four personals, you can see, shied away from playing defense there. Toko able to pick up that loose ball, was trying to shovel pass up ahead to Cordova.
Yeah, that late substitution cost you, because if you're Sean Swessinger, under no circumstances are you coming anywhere near picking up that fifth foul. Your team's going to need you late down in the fourth quarter. Someone else get in the ball game right here.
Ethan Mayer will replace Swisinger in the lineup. 42-39, Lakers out in front. Matthews splits a couple defenders, has it stolen by Ryan Rollins. Rollins up ahead. Nice little lay-in. Blaise Vicious peels out, looking to go inside. A little pull-up jumper. Hauser, McMiller can't get it to fall. Intensity really starting to pick up now. Both teams feeling it. Rollins for the lead.
Ryan Rollins spot up wide open. It was 5 feet back, but he buried it.
Cordova gets it right back. He decides to drive. He goes up. Can't get it to go. But it's Williams once again.
Old coach's cliche, good defense turns into good offense. They're pushing the transition because they're playing great defense, forcing these turnovers off these misses and getting the outlet to their man.
Loose ball picked up. Blaise Vicious goes up strong, gets it to go. They're going to wave it off. Offensive foul.
I haven't seen this many offensive fouls called in a game, but they all look pretty good, right? If you're coming down the lane and the man is playing it, you cannot run into him. It's simple.
Basic fundamental defense. Clogging up those lanes, Plant your feet.
Way to go, Dakota. Recognize that these players, when they come into the rack from West Bloomfield, they're borderline out of control, and that's going to get the charge called 10 times out of 10. Better math that time for you.
Cordova, nice ball fake. Cougars have outscored West Bloomfield 16-6 here in this third quarter. 46-42, half a minute left, and touch foul there.
And you can feel this place is a Dakota bucket away, ready to explode.
And Joey Toko's fourth now, so two of your off guards, Swisinger and Toko, both with 4 fouls. Xavier Glenn with 3. Glenn getting ready to check back into this game. So 1-1. They called that a shooting foul? My apologies. Shooting foul. So Morey will have one more. Able to connect on the second. Cougar lead back down to 3, 46-43. 28.9 seconds left. So Toko able to get back on the floor for this offensive possession.
Paul Toko, head coach, calling out one shot to Ryan Rollins. He wants it dribbled out, one shot.
Rollins, terrific defense. Goes over to Joey Toko. Toko can't get the floater to fall. Loose ball. Cordova's got to beat the buzzer. And he does. And he's going to get mobbed by the entire bench. Oh, what a third quarter of play. We still got a quarter left to go. And the Cougars are out front 48-43. We'll take a quick break. But when we come back, the fourth quarter of play right here at Macomb Township Government Access.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Welcome back. Nearly set to go. Fourth quarter of play. The Cougars outscoring the Lakers 18-7 in that third quarter, and Antonio Cordova beating the buzzer right at the third quarter break. And what a performance by the Cougars in that third quarter.
And they are just getting after it defensively. Tamias Williams and Antonio Cordova just give. Oh. It's a little miscommunication there, but they're getting it done on the defensive end.
Yeah, Williams has had a really good game, altered some shot, blocked some shots, has really owned the glass, and has contributed with some 6 points as well. So Ryan Rollins with 8 points in that third quarter to lead the way for the Cougars, but Xavier Glenn picked up 4 points as well. So a much more of a contributions from multiple players.
Absolutely, and they're getting it done, not necessarily putting away 10 points, 12 points in a quarter. They're getting it done defensively. They're grabbing their boards. They're taking care of their assignments, and they're playing like a team. This is a different team that came out here than the first quarter for Dakota.
And credit Dakota, they have locked down Ryan Hurst. Hurst was 7 points all in the first half. He was quiet in that third. A late foul call now. West Bloomfield is going the other way. They thought they had a clean block, and it was a late whistle, and it'll send Ryan Rollins to the charity line to shoot 2.
Late whistle, but I think it was the correct call. It looked like Ryan Rollins got whacked on the arm coming up. As soon as it happened, I was thinking, well, where's the whistle? Well, we got it. Just had to think about it for a second. Well, late whistle isn't always a bad thing from a referee. Sometimes it takes a second to process. Okay, foul, watched it. Yes, let's call it.
10 points in the second half now for Ryan Rollins. Gives him a game-high 28. Mentioned his previous high for the season was 30. Toledo's getting a good ball player. West Bloomfield, too many empty possessions. Cordova sneaks his way in, fires up a fall-away jumper, no good. Travis Reese out of control, goes down to the hardwood. They're going to get Xavier Glenn for the foul call. Nope, they're going to say Tobias Williams. So it'll be Williams' third. So send Travis Reese to the line for a 1-and-1. That was the 8th team foul on Dakota.
I mentioned it a couple minutes into the third because they had quickly picked up 4 second half fouls, excuse me. There's going to be a lot of free throws in these last 6 minutes, 7 minutes.
West Bloomfield once again unable to cash in. Picking up that loose ball, Hauser McMiller. Jump ball, Cougar ball. So Travis Reese unable to connect on the first freebie. They ripped down the offensive rebound.
Can feel a sense of urgency coming out of the Lakers.
Reese again, he gets fouled by Rollins this time. So plenty of chances for the Lakers.
Talk about Ryan Rollins' foul the last game they played. He was in trouble throughout most of that game. Talking to Coach Toko before the game, he said he's got like 16 fouls throughout the entire season and getting in trouble. So that was his first, not someone you have to worry about there.
So Reese right now snake bitten.
Sean Swessinger and both Joey Toko have 4 fouls apiece for the Cougars, though. So that is certainly something to watch, as those are the 2 starting guards for these teams.
So Reese with the split, 50-44. Cougars in front. Glenn right on the doorstep.
That's an assist and a half by Tobias Williams. What a pretty play.
Wheels starting to fall off now for West Bloomfield. Needless turnover there as that Cougar lead swells up now to 8 points. Swessinger finds the trailing Ryan Rollins. Gonna get a double team. Swessinger has a shot blocked, saved, gets it right back, goes up and knocks it down.
And everything is going the Cougars' way right now.
10-point advantage, Euro step by Ryan Hurst, and then a quick timeout called by Coach Denha. A tick under 6 minutes left to go in regulation, 54-46. And they'll call it a full timeout, so 60-second break for both of these teams. And we mentioned West Bloomfield playing out of the OAA Red, the Oakland Activities Association. After this game against Dakota, they will go on the road for 2 games against North Farmington and Troy before returning home to take on Bloomfield Hills. That'll be a conference league game for West Bloomfield. And for Dakota, well, they're going to kick things off in league play at the end of this week, taking on Sterling Heights Stevenson here in their home gym before going on the road to take on Eisenhower. And then their third MAC Red contest of the season will be a home game against Roseville. So Stevenson, Eisenhower, and Roseville, that's the way Dakota will kick off league play. And really, the MAC Red, I don't know if I would say it's wide open. I think the Cougars are obviously the favorites within the MAC Red.
I certainly agree with that, as you got some Chippewa Valley was one of those teams that was projected to be up there. They ran into some early season trouble. Lance Cruz North coming out of nowhere starting this season hot. So,
yeah, Lance Cruz North, I think really the surprise team in Macomb. I mean,
absolutely.
The fact that they only won 1 basketball game all of last season to come out and have a perfect 5-0 record is a testament to what Coach Jay Seletsky does at LCN. And Dakota with all this foul trouble. They're going to look to let some of that valuable time click off the clock. Rollins now will go at it. Pull-up jumper, 15-footer, banks it off the glass.
Banks open. What a fabulous play. Ryan Rollins has been attacking the glass all day long, then decides, hey, we need a couple points. Let's take a step back, knock down the 15-footer. Makes it look so easy. That's a challenging play to be able to snap your finger, stop on a dime, and then bank in that shot.
Traveling violation against West Bloomfield, so the lead for the Cougars back up to 8. Cordova and Toko going to get a little run here at the guard position. Xavier Glenn catches right in front of us. Gets it right back. Touch pass to Cordova. A little bit of an acting job. Referees didn't buy it.
Referees almost bought it. He was getting ready to come out that arm, but there's your thought. But fantastic play at the rim.
Jonathan Amore went down without being touched, trying to draw that charging call. Nice step back dribble. Off balance shot, no good. Amore goes up with another tough shot, and he will shoot 2.
The Lakers are really falling into this kind of one-man isolation game where in the beginning of the game, they're working that three-point arc, dribble drive, kick it back out, work it around, dribble drive, kick it around, find the open three. They were patient. Hasn't been a whole lot of patience here in this second half. You either slow it down, run your set. Run your set as a team. Don't isolate these players. You had a lot of success in the first quarter. That's what you were doing right.
So West Bloomfield will take a 30-second timeout, and they got off to that hot start. 24 first quarter points, and since then they've only scored 24 points through, 3.5 quarters of play. So after that hot start, all those triples were falling for West Bloomfield, and suddenly they have gone cold, and Dakota has swelled that lead up now to 58-48, 4:46 left to go. And
I also think that's part of Dakota. Part of this game is Dakota finding their identity without Josh Hines. Again, he's not dressed. He's not playing in this game. That's their 2 guy. That's their second scorer, and they are so dynamic offensively. Josh Hines, very good defensively, but it makes him incredibly dynamic with that give and go. 2-man game with Rollins. They can work it around. Hines can take it off by himself in isolation. Just such a great player, such a compliment. Being without him, it makes it tough on the other players where you're playing 1-2, okay, everyone else works into a role. Someone else has got to step up. No one stepped up. Everybody stepped up. They're all playing as a team, playing very well, and they're getting it done defensively. It's a team that likes to turn defensive turnovers into offensive points, and that's what they're doing, pushing the envelope in transition. But it starts with that aggressive, swarming defense and getting the job done on the boards.
Glenn comes down with the rebound. Gives off to Rollins. Ryan Rollins with 30 points in tonight's game. Hauser, McMiller with the defensive responsibility now on Rollins. Rollins inside to Glenn. Glenn back to the basket. Goes over to Schweisinger, back to Rollins. And right now the Cougars just playing a little keep away. And why not? Rollins, step back 3, sold it a la Reggie Miller. Stuck the leg out, got the call, will shoot 3.
I thought that was pretty good defense there by Hauser McMiller. Not a whole lot you can do with that, especially with Ryan Rollins with his long legs standing at 6'6". Again, like a Reggie Miller, sometimes you can just sell it just enough to get that call.
So I've made a Reggie Miller reference here tonight. In the earlier game, the girls' game, made a Stockton and Malone reference. Obviously, my references are a little dated, so that kind of shows how old I am. Not quite as hip to the current game of NBA basketball.
Can you identify any specific player in the NBA who flops right now, or is it pretty universal?
LeBron James flops, doesn't he?
Just about everyone's done the little leg kick now in this game. Reggie Miller made that move, though. That's what's important.
So Rollins 2 of 3 from the line. Nice up and under play, second chance effort. That was a team bucket. Not sure exactly who touched it. They'll give Jonathan Amore credit. Schweisinger backs down. Into first to Rollins. Rollins, a little bit of a hesitation step. Flips one over to Schweisinger into the corner for Cordova. Passes up the three. Floats a pass inside. Let's say it was deflected and out of bounds. Dakota ball, and now the referees are going to come together and talk this one over, and they'll change the ruling and say West Bloomfield basketball.
Coach Toko isn't even looking at the referees who just changed the call in front of him. He's still coaching up his players. That's next level elite right there where, hey, the call's going to go the way the call is going to go, right?
Nothing you can do about it.
Take care of your players. You can take care of your players.
Matthews, got to get him going. He's been quiet. Just 6 points here in the second half after getting off to a hot start. 14 in the first half, so 20 points for Matthews. But it's been relatively quiet here as Dakota is captured and held on to the second half lead. Oh, boy.
Oh. Water Boy's not happy with that toss.
Well, he went after that loose ball and came up empty on the rebound and then watched the ball bounced off his cup tray. So he's got a little bit of a mess over there to clean up. Got to make sure those guys are properly hydrated. Some high-quality H2O. Man, don't look now, but West Bloomfield just down 7. Williams, circus shot. And that was an easy offensive foul call.
Felt like they've all been pretty easy today. Pretty clear cut.
Oh. It's a little confusion on who is going to trigger this basketball. Yeah, I think the officials have done a really nice job tonight.
I do as well.
Got the hardest job here tonight. You and I got it easy. We just call the action. Referees got to respond to all these fans in attendance here tonight.
No doubt the toughest job in sports is the official.
So foul out there for Tomias Williams. So Ryan Hurst now shooting 2. West Bloomfield just kind of hanging around. They trail 60-53, and there's a two-shot penalty. I thought I was losing it there for a second.
And that's big, losing Tomias Williams on his 5th foul as well, as that kind of moves Ryan Rollins more. He plays more like a guard. At the next level, he'll be a guard.
Jump ball, possession arrow to Lakers. So really West Bloomfield snake bit right now at the free throw line as they have been unable to cash in on some of these free scoring opportunities. Morey holds that basketball high over his head. This is their go-to scorer here. Matthews with the crossover dribble, splits 2 defenders, just floats one up, gets his own offensive rebound. Trapped along the baseline. Amore, hesitation, ball fake, jab step. Passes into Matthews, looking for some real estate. Can't find any, still loose. Who wants it? Finally, Glenn comes down hard and passed off.
Right there's where losing Tomias Williams for the rest of the game hurts you, and pulling down those boards.
Near steal from behind. They'll call a foul instead. Amore's 4th. 8th team foul, so still 1-1 here for Dakota. Ethan Mayer, the junior, will step up. That was a hard-fought possession there for West Bloomfield, and once again they come up empty.
No, and the change in pace in the first half was that defensive play, and West Bloomfield now, they go, hey, we're going to put in this full-court press, and we're just going to out-hustle you, and we're going to claw our way back into this game, and that's exactly what they did. It's that full court press that's helping them out big time, forcing some turnovers.
Timeout called by Coach Toko and the Dakota Cougars. We mentioned they come in with that 3-2 record. (15-7) a season ago, 7-3 in MAC Red play, and they suffered some catastrophic injuries late last season, and I think that really kind of diminished their hopes within league play as they eventually finished with that 7-3 mark and was looking up at both Stevenson and Roseville in the MAC Red standings. And then they go into districts, and you would think Dakota, with all their weapons over a pretty weak district, would have had the advantage. They go in and beat Port Huron Northern, but then lose 54-49 to Anchor Bay in the districts. A little bit of a shocker there to end the season for Dakota last year.
And, of course, when you lose a couple starters, 2 injuries like Dakota did, it throws off your whole chemistry of your team. You got to rework your offenses. People are now in roles where you've now been playing for 4 months doing this. Now your job's that. It can be troublesome, and that's where you fall early on to an Anchor Bay team.
So nasty taste left in the mouth of many on this Cougar team from a season ago, and we mentioned they have to be the favorites in the MAC Red just because the amount of talent in that backcourt with Josh Hines when he's healthy and Ryan Rollins. You look at players like Xavier Glenn, Tamias Williams, a super sophomore for him. It's the first time I've seen this Dakota boys team in action this season. I've really been impressed by the play of Williams here tonight.
Yeah, Tamias Williams. I've seen Dakota now in the game against Grosse Pointe South. Tamias Williams honestly didn't play a whole lot. He played a couple important minutes, but has not played to the level he's playing at today. The sophomore is flashing some great skill and a very impressive weapon moving on. Unfortunately
for them, he's fouled out of this basketball game, so they will not have his services for the remaining 90 seconds of this game, and they probably won't need him as Ryan Rollins will step to the line once again to shoot 2. Cougars out in front 62-55. Yeah. What can be said about Ryan Rollins that hasn't already been said? 32 points here tonight. And he knew right from the get-go that he was going to be the man here tonight. Option A, B, and probably even C for this Dakota offense.
Yeah, and he came off the cuff, just came in here firing shots, being very aggressive on offense, showing, hey, guys, I'm here to play. Let's step it up. And his team really responded in the second quarter and was able to claw back in this game, and then they got the lead and didn't turn back. Fabulous team effort. Ryan Rollins, 33 points is incredible at a high school level.
Ryan Hurst losing the dribble. Cordova going to try to track that one down. They're going to say it was out of bounds. So Dakota a little bit out of control here as they look to put the finishing touches on a really impressive victory here tonight over a good West Bloomfield squad.
Yeah, and it's that fight back that makes it so impressive here. Just a great team victory, really responding well. And this is the kind of adversity when you can overcome in a season.
And they're going to count that bucket there for Matthews.
I guess we shouldn't have
speaking too soon, perhaps?
Disregarded this game so quickly. It's an important free throw coming up for Matthews.
Well, without a shot clock in high school sports here in the state of Michigan, you would anticipate West Bloomfield will apply a bunch of pressure on this inbound pass.
If you get over half court, you foul. And you go with 1:10 on the clock, you're going for the steal.
Cordova,
trap perfectly.
He's trapped, and they're going to get a timeout call from head coach Paul Toko. So Samar Matthews, quite a game out of him here tonight. 23 points. 3-point play in their last offensive possession, 63-58, a minute 8 left to go. Dakota, 3 timeouts left, so plenty for Coach Paul Toko if his Cougars are unable to get this inbound pass in. And it's going to be in a little bit of a tougher spot now. Kind of going to be in this near side corner.
Yeah, being pinched in that corner isn't fun, but that was a terrific trap that time by West Bloomfield on that last inbounds pass. That's what you want to do. Whoever's going to, more than likely going to get the ball in bounds, you want to force them to one corner. Take away that middle of the floor, and then you send that trap immediately.
Dakota down 11 points after 1 quarter of basketball, trailed by 6 at halftime, and then took off, outscoring West Bloomfield in the third quarter 18-7 to capture the 5-point lead, and they haven't looked back. Schweisinger into the front court now. He gets double teamed, and ooh, boy, West Bloomfield bench wanted a tie-up. Instead, a foul call is going to happen. It's going to go against Samar Matthews, so send Schweisinger to the line, and Dakota's been very good at the free throw line.
Broadcasters jinx, we've done that a couple times tonight.
Sean Schweisinger misses.
It is worth noting as well that the possession arrow is in favor of West Bloomfield. So the next tie-up we got on a jump ball, it's Lakers ball.
And both teams will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Yep. Both teams with 10 team fouls. That'll be a shooting foul, so.
Charge.
And now they're going to switch the call. Oh, boy. West Bloomfield. That was a big call in this game.
Baseline referee had called it initially on the contact, looked over to his trail. You got to go for the ball there. I don't know why that was a foul.
And Coach Dena wondering the same thing. That was a 50-50 call that went against West Bloomfield in a 2-possession game.
It's costly.
Bang, bang play. We talked about it. I would not want to be a referee in that situation.
In that situation there in that corner, you cannot foul. If you're West Bloomfield, you got to know your situation. You got 55 seconds on the clock. There's absolutely no reason to foul in the backcourt.
So Rollins misses the first. Looks to extend this lead to 6, but it's still just a 2-possession ball game. West Bloomfield doesn't necessarily need a 3. They're going to get bailed out there as Ryan Hurst will shoot 2 at the line.
Little too aggressive that time by Hurst as he had Weaver wide open in this near corner. Wide open. No one was on this left side of the court. He could have sat there for 3 seconds and then shot the ball.
Boy, neither team able to take advantage of these free throw situations. Hurst.
They're both just trying to keep it interesting enough.
The freshman misses both. Rebound controlled and corralled by West Bloomfield. And now it's Travis Reese that'll switch spots with Ryan Hurst. He will shoot 2. And that's Xavier Glenn's 5th team personal.
That's a big loss for the Cougars down low as well. They have now lost their center and their backup center to foul trouble.
So Glenn and Williams, now they're looking for clarification. Is that 4 or 5?
It said
fouls?
4 on the scoreboard. It's also worth noting that Sean Schweisinger on the court has 4 fouls as well.
This will be Trace Malloy replacing Glenn. Travis Reese shooting 2. Shooting 2. This is unbelievable, Adam. I mean, neither team can make a free throw right now. This game has come to a grinding halt. I mean,
like a chance to take the game there.
West Bloomfield has got to be beside themselves right now.
Coach Denna's beside himself. That time, what he's saying is Hurst is in there. He's not grabbing the guy. He's grabbing the ball. He's got his hands on the ball. That's a jump ball. Again, our referees disagree. Off the schneid. Finally got back into it.
Second one rims out. And now if you're West Bloomfield, you probably start having to think about a three-pointer here.
I can take a real good guess on what both these teams are going to be doing at practice tomorrow. For however long their practice may run, I have a feel they're going to be shooting a lot of free throws.
Dakota has had an opportunity to ice this game away. West Bloomfield at the line has had an opportunity to work themselves back into this game. As Rashard Weaver knocks down the first, 65-59, 6-point lead for Dakota. Misses the second. Referee asking for help. I don't know if anybody knows. Now they're going to say West Bloomfield ball.
I don't know about the possession of that ball, but I thought that was clear as day. That was a foul.
Well, Reese definitely sold it as one. So they'll say it was deflected out of bounds by Dakota. 65-59, 33.4. West Bloomfield the trigger. That was a tough pass. Out of bounds, Dakota basketball. And Rollins, that's not the guy you want to foul. Instead, he'll just drive all the way in and fling one up, get fouled, shoot two. Travis Reese is fouled out of this game. He finishes with 1 point. Rollins to shoot two. 26 seconds left. Makes good. 18 points in the first half, 18 in the second half, 36 now for Ryan Rollins. Unbelievable.
What a terrific ball player Ryan Rollins is. Just can't say it enough how he just absolutely took over the game and now pretty much ices it for his Cougars.
67-59, 8-point lead now for the Cougars. 26 seconds left. A lot of good players played on this court. Maybe none better than Ryan Rollins.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely some ball players moving to the next level, year in, year out for Coach Toko and his program. It's a top-notch program here at Dakota.
So gearing up now for MAC Red play. That'll start later on this week. We mentioned and matchup with Sterling Heights Stevenson loom. Stevenson's been good the last couple years, capturing a co-share of the MAC Red a season ago. You can't sleep on them.
No.
Obviously, things change from year to year just because certain teams just get stacked because of senior leadership, and those players go on to graduate. But this Dakota team, opportunity really to make some noise.
And I tell you, one thing's consistent every year in the MAC Red is us talking about what we think is going to happen, and then the exact opposite happens. Like Lance Cruz North coming out of nowhere, starting the season 6-0. I wouldn't have said that preseason.
Three-pointer on the way by Hurst, misses, and that, well, I say that should do it, but they'll put Ryan Rollins back on the line. I just want his season high totals to go up a few more, I think. Can he get to 40? I don't know. He's going to need 3 more points to get to 40.
What a mark.
He's had 12 points here in the fourth quarter. That's when you need your playmakers to step up, and he has really done that here tonight. There's 39.
A lot to be proud of if you're this Dakota team, anybody on this Dakota team. You've got to be proud of everybody. The defense, the offense, 1 through 12 on the roster, because they've gone deep in the bench tonight. They're playing guys that don't normally get a whole lot of playing time because you got a couple players fouled out over on the sideline.
And West Bloomfield will call off the troop, so that will do it. An impressive come-from-behind victory by Dakota. Your final score, 69-59. Adam, your thoughts here tonight?
Well, that was just a terrific team game by the Cougars. They fought through that first quarter, and to see that kind of adversity, that's why you play these non-conference games, because, you know, these guys don't know what West Bloomfield is bringing in here. It's not a team you see all the time. Your scouting report isn't going to be as good as it is against Ike, against Stevenson, all those different teams. So it really changed the dynamic, and this is a Dakota team that got a lot to play for. West Bloomfield as well. I got some shooters, a couple players, and a lot to grow on with this young team.
Dakota improves to 4-2. West Bloomfield falls to 3-2. For Adam Abraham, our cameraman tonight was Jason Burnt and James Drum. I'm Brad Fetter saying goodnight from Dakota High School. Once again, your final score, the Cougars over the Lakers, 69-59. Thanks so much for watching. It's a Macomb Township Government Access production.